Good morning, everyone. We have been learning about Unit 2 of Particulate Technology, that is solid solid separation. The course outcome of this Unit 2 is to interpret and analyze the various size separation methods and operation of the various size separation equipments. So, in the last session, we have learned about what are ideal screens and what are the actual screens, and the ideal screens are just an imaginary screen, and actual screens how exactly the separation process takes place. And we have learned about the comparison of the ideal screen with the actual screen, and we have learned also about the screen effectiveness. What is a screen effectiveness? And we have learned an equation derivation of the equation of the screen effectiveness. How effective is what is an efficiency of the screen when it is been when a particular screen is being used to separate the size particles. So all these we have learned in our last session of our unit 2 of particulate technology, that is the solid solid separation. So in this session, we will learn the separation of the solids. In order to separate the solids, what are the specific properties the solid should have, and how the specific properties of the solids will help in the separation of the solids, and this classification. And in that, we will learn about the gravity settling tank and the cone classifiers. So separation of the solids and the specific properties. Screening is being used for separating the coarse solid. So fine particles can be separated when the settling process is used, and is mainly depends upon the difference in the behavior of the particles. So the behavior of the particles, in the sense the solid particles may depend upon the density or the size of the particle, or it may also depend upon the velocity of that particular particles. So that we call it as the terminal velocity of the particles. So the settling of the particles will, whether it is the fine particles or the coarse particles, is always will vary from particle to particles based on their behavior. So it also depends upon the terminal velocity and also size and density of the particle. So separation may also depend upon certain magnetic properties of the particles. That is, when it is mainly on the magnetic properties of the particle, we will call it as a magnetic separation. When it is comes to the particles will separate based on their electrical properties. Then we will call it as a electrostatic separation process. And when it is based on the surface properties, we will call it as a Froth flotation. So classification. How do we classify? Separation of solids into many fractions based on the terminal settling velocity. So based on the terminal velocity, separation of the particles. So ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. So the device that separates the solids into two fractions is called as a classifier. ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಟೂ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. The two product stream of the classifier is a partially drained fraction containing the coarse particle and a fine fraction together with a remaining liquid medium called the overflow. ಸೊ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈರ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಓವರ್ಫ್ಲೋ ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಅಂಡರ್ಫ್ಲೋ. ಓವರ್ಫ್ಲೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರೋಸ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂಡರ್ಫ್ಲೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಫ್ಲೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಸೆಟಲ್ಡ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಬಾಟಮ್ and can be removed by gravity or mechanical means, or by any means like by means of induced pressure. And the particles which do not settle, and they are considered as an overflow, that usually are fine particles because they are less denser and they are fine particles. So wet classifiers wet classifiers will settle the particle based on the rate of settling of coarse and the fine particles. Settling rate, again we have discussed already, it depends upon the size and the density of the particle. and also it will settle under the condition of the free settling or the hinder settling, which also depends upon the concentration of the solids. ಅಂದರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಸೆಟ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ರೇಟು ದ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸೈಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಸೆಟ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಆ ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಸೆಟ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿಲಿ ಅಗೇನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಸೆಟ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಮತ್ತು ಹಿಂಡರ್ ಸೆಟ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So free settling ಮತ್ತು hinder settling again will depend upon the concentration of the solids. So we will understand what is free settling and what is hinder settling. ಇವಾಗ we have taken a slurry, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. when the solid particles ಇರುತ್ತೆ. when the particle is at a sufficient distance, ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಟೈನಲ್ಲಿ we are allowing that particles slurry containing many number of the particles. ಆಮೇಲೆ one container we have put a slurry and we have allowed the particle to settle. So when the particle is sufficient distance from the wall of the container and from other particle, its fall or its settling is not affected by them. So such a situation we call it as a free settling particles, or the particles will, in that situation the particle will settle very freely. So the settling is not at all disturbed by the wall of the container or any other from other particles, then we will call it as a free settling. So if the slurry, in that you have a concentration of the solids at a higher rate, so the particles are very close together in that case, and the collision between the particles is also continuous. So the particles try to settle in that condition, then we will call it as the hinder settling. So that is when the motion of the particle is impeded by the other particles as they are being very close together, and the process is called the hinder settling. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಹಿಂಡರ್ ಸೆಟ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಫ್ರೀ ಸೆಟ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಏನು, ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸು ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದರ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅದು ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ವಿತ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ ಟೈಮ್. ದಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಟ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ರೀ ಸೆಟ್ಲಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಂಡರ್ ಸೆಟ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ದ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಸ್ಲರಿಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಕೊಲಿಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಒನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ is again impeded by the movement of the other particle. So in that case the particle settling is being disturbed. So that condition we call it as a hinder settling. So we have understood what is hinder settling, what is free settling, and what are how the classifiers use of the classifier the particles are being separated. So here they have a simple gravity settling tank. You can see here you have a slurry in with a concentration of the solids. So at a certain velocity is being pushed inside the gravity settling tank. Then you have a separation of the coarse particle, intermediate particle, and the fine particles. This is fluid out. So it consists of a large tank, as you can see, large tank with the provisions for the suitable inlet and outlet. Inlet ಇದೆ ಮತ್ತು outlet ಇದೆ. Slurry is fed at a certain velocity. So as it is been fed inside the tank, this linear velocity decreases. So net push ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ linear velocity decreases because of what? Enlargement of the cross sectional area. So then when it is being pushed, the solids try to settle under the influence of gravity. A coarse particle will be at the bottom of the tank near the inlet because they are coarse particle immediate settle ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So that will always settle at the inlet at the bottom because they are more denser and the size of the particle is also large. And the fine particles ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, smaller than the coarse particles will be carried further and they will settle before they reach to the bottom of the tank. The fine particles will be carried further and they before they reach to the bottom of the tank. So very very fine particles will be carried away in the liquid overflow from the tank. So vertical baffles irutte ಕೆಲವು ಟ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ at various distances in order to collect the different gates of the particle according to their terminal settling velocity, according to their size, that is oversized or undersized particle. So due to the sudden ಕಳಿಸೋದ್ರಿಂದ slurry, due to the overlapping of the different sizes of the particle, the sharp separation may not be possible in the classifier. So this is one, this gravity settling time. By means of a gravity, the particles, how they settle, we have learned. Let's move on to the cone classifier. We'll just have a look at the diagram here. So here cylindrical portion, as it you have a conical bottom, the tapering conical bottom. This is the classification section. This is the vertex finder tube. The feed, the vertex finder tube, separation section. This is the apex cone where we collect the coarse solids collection chamber. That will be a underflow. Just a schematic representation, you can see to the right side, the feed is being admitted at the center of the cone. The overflow is being collected. This is the launder. The cone and the coarse material will be collected at the bottom of the cone classifier. So conical vessel installed point down with a discharge launder around the top of the cone. Feed will be admitted, as I said, feed will be admitted at the center of the this one cone. The coarse fraction will always collect at the point of the cone, and it is done periodically based on the density. The cone particle, the coarse particle will come down, will settle because of the size larger and the density larger. They will always settle down, and that can be withdrawn periodically. The fine fraction along with the remaining portion of the liquid is removed from the launder as an overflow. If it is a slurry, the fine particles which are not able to settle to the bottom of the cone, that can be along with the slurry, along with the solid particles, fine solid particle will be taken to the side of the cone as an overflow product. So in this way, the separation is being achieved with the use of a conical classifier. So that is an exact separation cannot be expected, but is an approximate one, and it is said that it is one of the oldest type because of the low cost of installation, and they are especially used in ore dressing plants ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ cone classifier ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So today in this session, what we have learned, the gravity settling tank, how it separates the various size of the various size particles, and the clone classifiers, the construction and the working part of it, and where it is being used. For the more information, you can go to the you can read these books, and the possible questions could be asked from this session is: explain the working of sketch and explain the working of the gravity settling tank and the cone classifier especially. These are the two possible questions could be asked. Thank you.